If you are creating offers in your business that aren't selling, or even worse, if you are one of these people that feel like you are constantly reinventing the wheel for every client, tons of custom proposals, tons of bespoke pricing and negotiating, stick around. This episode is going to be a game changer. Welcome to Girls Make Bank, the podcast show for women who want to learn the art of selling for business and for life. I'm Jac White, seasoned sales professional, entrepreneur, and owner of Honeybees Group. Come back each week to hear inspiring stories from some of our favorite business owners. Learn how to take the ache out of selling and make bank. We're all in this together, so let's get started. Hey there, and welcome back to the Girls Make Bank podcast. I am Jac White, your host, and today we are diving into something that every service provider needs to hear. Are you ready? If you are creating offers in your business that aren't selling, or even worse, if you are one of these people that feel like you are constantly reinventing the wheel for every client, tons of custom proposals, tons of bespoke pricing and negotiating, stick around. This episode is going to be a game changer for you because today we are talking about your offer suite and why having one that's strategic and streamlined is the difference between scaling your business and staying stuck in client churn. So let me start with a story. A while ago, I had a client who came to me and we worked together, and she was very frustrated. She had so many different services that she offered: website design, copywriting, brand strategy, implementation, tech setup. And every proposal was totally custom. And so she had this really broad range of skills and was just offering all of them up all of the time. She was working 10 times harder than she needed to because despite all of the effort, and let me tell you, she was really busting her butt, she wasn't hitting her revenue goals. Okay. So, one of the big reasons why she wasn't hitting her revenue goals is because she didn't have a very clear offer suite. She just had a menu of services that people could pick and choose from, sort of like a buffet, a choose your own adventure. And it left her and her clients feeling really overwhelmed. So, if that sounds even a little bit familiar, you are not alone. When you have so many different offers that you provide and there's no real progress that you bring your clients through, they don't know where to start. And it becomes really hard for them to say yes to you. So, here's what I want you to know: random services will not scale your business, but an intentional, well designed offer suite will. So let's get into it. What exactly is an offer suite? If you're in the consulting business or you are a service provider, you have definitely heard this term before. It is not just a bunch of things that you sell, okay? That's a mistake if you were just throwing a bunch of stuff out the door and thinking that you have an offer suite. An offer suite is actually a strategic, layered set of offers that guide your client through a transformation. So, my family loves to camp. We have a little Airstream, and we are constantly, whenever we get a chance, taking it on the road. And I want you to think of your offer suite like a road trip. Okay. Your client starts in one place, and your job is to guide them to their desired destination. So each offer is a rest stop or a checkpoint or a tool that helps move them forward. You are providing the map towards their transformation journey. So having an offer suite is a lot like building an actual journey for your clients. It's not just about selling services. And when you do this well, when you do this really well, you stop chasing one off clients. The idea of having a well thought out offer suite is that your clients stay with you. You're increasing lifetime value, you're increasing retention, you're increasing referrals. And the best thing about having a really clear and well defined offer suite is that your business gets easier and ideally more profitable. And so you're not working 10 times as hard to get new clients and do all of these custom proposals. You are making it really easy for people to say yes to you and to buy. Now, let's talk about the three big offer suite mistakes that happen all of the time. The first one is what I call the a la carte menu, where you have a good, better, best style of presenting your offers. And what that means is you're giving people more of your expertise, your time, or your services if they pay you more. So you'll see this a lot of times where it's like, silver, gold, platinum, or option A, B, or C. Essentially, the price gets more expensive as the offer in value increases, and they're just giving more or less of the same service. So that sounds fine. But what ends up happening, especially when you're an expert and you have a service based business, is it makes the lower tier clients feel like they're getting half of a service. And it makes people feel like they have to spend or they have to purchase your highest tier package in order to get your full expertise. So that's not really great for building trust. It's not really a great way to start a relationship with a client. So that's packaging mistake number one that happens with offer suites. Mistake number two, I call it family style. This is what my client was doing, where every proposal is custom. So every time you are reinventing the wheel. I used to do this. I used to have a family style consulting business where I worked with a very small amount of retainer clients, and every client had a custom proposal. And eventually I burned out of that type of consulting. A couple things were happening is I was often underpricing my services because I'm guessing at what they'll say yes to and I'm guessing at what they need and kind of putting it together. And a lot of times things that they needed were out of scope and I would just give it to them anyways. So, there was some scope creep there and I was underpricing my services. The other thing that happened a lot is I was constantly negotiating with my clients and trying to prove my value because everything was so bespoke and they started nitpicking things. And that's something that you really want to avoid in your business. The third mistake that happens when putting together your offer suite is what's called an all you can eat buffet. So, tons of offers, lots of micro offers, maybe some digital products, maybe a membership, lots of different one on one options. No real strategy, but lots of stuff. And this is where your clients will really get confused in terms of what they should be purchasing from you and which offer makes the most sense for them. And it becomes really stressful for you. So if people don't know what to buy, they won't buy anything. And so having this all you can eat buffet style of offers really makes it difficult for people to say yes. So some of this may be resonating because I know a lot of us do create kind of offer suites in the vacuum, or we think we have an offer suite, but there's no real customer journey, or we're just throwing everything, packaging all of our skills into different offers. Like, if that sounds familiar, cool. Let's fix it. Let's talk about what we should do instead. So, here's what I want you to think about when you're building your offer suite. Here's how I want you to think about it. The first offer in your offer suite is a free offer. I have seen people create pretty much junk and give it away and think it's okay because it's free. It doesn't have to be all my good stuff. And I think that is a huge, huge mistake. Make your free offer, make your freebie so good that it's something people would pay for. Because your freebie, your free offer, your freebie, whatever you call it, does two things for you. Number one is it generates leads. This is where you want to get high quality leads into your ecosystem and you want to qualify them. So you want to get good leads and you're going to get good leads by having a good free offer. The second thing your free offer does is it builds trust. This is the first taste people often will have working with you. And so you want to build credibility, authority, and trust right away. And if you have a junky free offer, people are going to think that your services are junky. So make it juicy, make it good, make it valuable. The goal of your free offer for your leads, the person who are receiving it, is to solve one small problem. And it might be a problem that they don't know what the solution is, and your free offer is what's solving the problem for them. The second layer of your offer suite is what we call your lead offer. So this is like a test drive. Your lead offer is typically a fairly low priced offer compared to your core or anchor products. Consider it a test drive, low risk, high value. So, examples of this would be audits or strategy sessions or roadmaps or a calculator. You're solving a problem for a client. It is a very tight container that you're doing it within. This should be low touch, high value. So, this is something you can do without spending a ton of time, but delivers real value to the client. That's your lead offer. Next is your core offer. This is the main thing you do. This is the thing you are known for. Okay. So, this is the main transformation. It's the service that delivers the most impact and results for your client. This is most likely your most expensive offer, but not necessarily. But this is what people are coming to you for. And you want to make sure that this is really clearly defined, and you want to have a clear system where you can bring people into your core offer, deliver a great experience, and provide high impact and transformation for your clients. Now, if you just have those three things, your free offer, your lead offer, and your core offer, that's great. Okay. Even if you just have a free offer and a core offer, that is an amazing place to start. Now, let's layer in a couple other offers to really round out our offer suite. The next one is called an anchor offer. Sometimes people talk about core offers and anchor offers as being the same thing. I really think of them as different things. The core offer is your main transformation. The anchor offer is a one time upsell after your core offer. So think of it like, okay, now we've done this thing, let's go deeper. So, what's an example of that? Let's say you do brand strategy. And so your core offer is a full brand strategy package, right? So, values, mission, transformation statements, maybe it's colors, right? Full brand package there. The anchor offer could be an implementation package. Okay. So now I've created this strategy. Now I'm going to help you implement it. Let's say you're a web designer and your core offer is designing someone's website, soup to nuts. Maybe an anchor offer, your one time upsell is designing all of the social media assets, their email templates, merch that they can send to their clients, right? It's a one time upsell that relates to your core offer, but just gives them something more. That's the anchor. And then rounding all of that out, the last piece of your offer suite that people often forget is an ongoing offer. So, this is your long term relationship model. So, think retainers, subscriptions, monthly coaching. This is the recurring revenue. And this is what I think every or almost every service based business should be striving for. Now, you might think it's like very weird and doesn't fit your business, but I would push you to think about what a recurring offer could be in your business, what an ongoing offer could be. So let's take the website designer, for example. If you do a full web design and then you update all of their assets on social and email and merch and all of that, maybe the ongoing or the recurring offer is retainer fee every month where you will refresh sales landing pages for them or create 4 email newsletter templates a month, right? And so, what can you create in your business that gets people on retainer, that gets them paying you every single month? Because remember, your best customers are your current customers, your best clients are your current clients. So, in the offer suite, each of these solves a very specific problem and it leads people to the next problem. And that's why we say you're taking people on a journey. That's how you build retention and transformation. And so, as you're building your offer suite, or as we're looking at and evaluating your offer suite, look at it through that lens. Is my offer suite taking people on a journey? Am I solving a specific problem at each layer of the offer suite? And does the solution naturally lend itself to the next level up? Okay. That's the offer suite gold right there. Now, just a quick note on pricing, because that is a whole different conversation, but it's important to talk about here. If you haven't listened to the Girls Make Bank episode with Peter Giordano yet, please go back and listen to that because it was a very good conversation on pricing. And he is amazing at helping people think about pricing strategy and all of that. But just to quickly touch on it, you can't just pick your prices out of thin air. One of the things we do at Honeybees Group is we build a budget that figures out what our enough number is. So, your enough number is the amount of revenue that you need to make in your business to support your life and your business. And you need to make sure that your offer suite is built and priced in a way that you can then hit that enough number. So, here's an example. Let's use easy math. Your enough number is $100,000 a year. And let's say you have an offer that you sell for $10,000. That means that you need to get 10 clients per year in order to hit your enough number. Now, if you are selling an offer that is $100, that means that you need 1,000 sales in order to get to $100,000 a year. Why it's important to mention this. Again, neither is right or wrong, but the marketing effort, the lead gen effort, the delivery will all depend on how you price your offers. And we want to make sure that the offers you pick fit your energy, they fit your skills, that you're not building this high value funnel if you hate marketing, or that you're not selling one on one retainers if you love freedom of your time and you don't want to be tied down into a labor intensive delivery. And so you really need to build your offer suite around how you want it to work, how much money you need to make, how many of each offers you need to sell to hit your enough number. Don't look at what everybody else or what somebody else is doing and think, oh, that looks really good. I want to do something like that. Really spend time with yourself and figure out, what am I good at? How do I enjoy working with clients? How do I want to price these services? Make sure you're developing an offer suite and a pricing strategy that hits the revenue goals you need to make in your business. Now, one thing I have seen people do that I also think is a huge mistake is spend a lot of time building an offer before they validate it. One of my mottos is sell before you build. And so here are 3 ways that you can test your offer suite before you fully launch, because you need to get out and sell as fast, as quick as possible, and not spend all of your time building on the back end for something that you're not even sure people want. So, 3 ways to test your offer suite before launching. The first one, my favorite way, is sales calls. You should be setting up as many sales calls, connection calls, check ins as possible, and listen to how people talk about their problems. Okay. Are they asking for what you are offering? Are they asking for things that you can solve for them? And you can use that information to create and massage your offer suite. The second way to validate your offer suite is with pre launches or wait lists. So you can pinch the concept before you actually build it. And so this gives you a chance to see who's raising their hand, who's expressing interest. You can maybe take some deposits and get some people pre enrolled before you launch a new product or an offer, which always, in my mind, gives you the validation and the motivation to build it. And then the third way is with beta groups. So run a lean version of your offer with, either one person or small groups. Be really transparent that this is something new, you're testing it out, offer an incentive, and then gather feedback and iterate. When I launched the Honeybees Group Sales Circle membership, I launched with 8 women and we ran a beta for a few months and I'm getting ready to launch publicly. But that beta, people knew that they were the first members. That was actually really exciting for them. I tested my material. I listened to their questions. I revised everything to really make sure that we're providing great value for women who wanted to learn how to sell in their business. So the idea here is that your offer suite doesn't need to be perfect, but it does need to be live, right? You need to put it out there so that people have the chance to buy it. So I think that you can learn more in one real client engagement than you can in 10 hours of planning. So, yes, be strategic, be thoughtful, put, containers around your offers. And I've given you some guidelines here around how to think about your offer suite, but really get out and sell it and talk to people and see if it's something they're interested in. Okay. So, that was Fast and Furious Offer Suite 101. If this episode gave you some light bulb moments, I have got something for you. The Honeybees Group Sales Circle membership is now taking applications. So, in our membership, you will learn not only how to build an offer suite to hit your enough number, but I will share all of my sales strategies and frameworks to help you sell with authenticity, with ease, with grace, and really feel good about selling in your business. So go to honeybeesgroup.co to learn more and to apply. Find me on LinkedIn or Instagram or, send me a note. I am happy to set up time and chat about the Sales Circle membership. I will see you inside. And until next week, have a great one. Thank you for listening to this episode of Girls Make Bank. If you like what you've heard, please remember to subscribe, like, and follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. Please review and share our show to help spread the word and help your girls make bank. And I'd love to hear from you. Connect with me on LinkedIn or Instagram, or visit honeybeesgroup.co. Until next time, friends.